Hiya, this is Netty. So today Amy and I are going on another adventure. We are going to the Blue Reef Aquarium in Southsea. So we're hopefully going to get to see the shark feeding, the otter feeding, the netty feeding. We'll vlog that, like eating like some pizza or some nuts or something. Yeah, so we're going to go hang out in the aquarium today. We've spoken to a really nice lady called Hannah who said that she's going to come and show us around, give us a little talk, and she said that she might even get out a starfish that we can stroke or a crab. Ooh, so super excited. So we'll keep you posted on our day trip and outing. So we'll see you in a bit. Bye. So we are here on Southsea seafront. The aquarium is right behind us and we are about to go in and go and see everything. So we will see you. Do you get what I got it, I got it. See? I got it. See you guys in a second. So we have just come in and this is the first thing we've seen. Fishies! Look at these. I don't want my phone to fall in. Look at them. They are really, really big fish. The glit-head sea bream, the bull huss, the grey trigger fish, and sea bass. Okay, so I'm super excited. We've literally just walked around the corner and there's a seahorse. Look how cute it is. It's so tiny. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's so cool. Oh, there's another, oh, there's loads of them in there. And have you seen the stingrays, Amy? Look. Look, their like faces are like poking out. Hello. How cool is that? They're like literally just like dancing about there. You can actually see them there. It's so cool. I'm so excited about this. I've actually swam with them before as well, like ages ago, which is really cool. I love the seahorses. There's so much I want to look at. I don't know where to start. So I have actually fed stingrays before, and like what you have to do is you like hold a fish, but you have to tuck your thumb in, because what they do is they like swim over you and they just kind of like suck it up. So if you had your thumb or anything showing, it would literally eat you a little bit. So it's quite scary. Look, there's one coming along at the moment. Oh, look at him. Look, hello. There's one. Look, there's a few. This is so cool. I kind of want to just stay sat here like all day now and just kind of like watch the stingrays like come back and forth. I just think they're like so like weird looking as well. And the common stingrays, they can actually it's not lethal, it won't kill you, but they can like sort of sting you with their tail. And but yeah, it's not lethal, but it can be quite bad. Look, here it comes. Hello. I can't find where it says what exactly this is, but it's almost like a miniature stingray with extra little legs. Look how cool that is. Look at his face. It is so cool. So here we have the lionfish. He looks so intimidating and scary. I can see the sign of what it says here. So it says this fish does most of its hunting at dusk and after dark, sometimes hunting in groups of up to 8 individuals. 18 poisonous spines help protect this fish from larger predators. Oh, he's not actually there now. Oh, he's kind of like on the floor in the background. I don't know if you can see him, but I'm not sure what this one is. Let's see. That might be the, no, he's like spotted. So that is the panther grouper there, also known as the barramundi cod. I might not have said that right, disclaimer. Oh my gosh, That's a shark. That is a zebra or a black tip reef. Oh, that's quite scary. It's just like swimming past at the moment. Look, there's another. Oh look, I think that's the. Oh, I'm not sure what that's the brown banded bamboo shark that just went past. It's so cool. I can't believe there's like actual like little sharks in here. It's quite scary. But yeah, but the panther grouper, also known as the cod. These fish are typically found waiting in ambush amongst rocks and crevices on coral reefs. So there you go, fun fact of the day. Oh look, there's another shark coming past. This is a short-tailed shark, and I think it's one of my favourites. Look at its face. He looks so cute. Oh look, there he goes. His little fins don't really work very well. Look how cool some of the things are in here. I know I'm really dark, but it's because I'm focusing on like everything in the background rather than me. But look how cool these are, and look at that like thing above my head. Like it doesn't say what exactly it is, but it's really, really strange and really cool. So yeah, these are kind of like, they seem like more like tropical fish rather than all the other ones we've seen so far. Like they're so bright coloured and stuff, but they're so hypnotizing, aren't they? Like you just kind of can't help but to like just kind of watch them for like ages. So I don't know how they made a massive film about it, because look, it was easy. I found Nemo. He's here. So behind me here are the otters that they have here. So apparently these otters are actually triplets, which is really cool. So they're actually kind of from the same family. But the other thing with these is most otters apparently live to like, I think 8 years or something, and these ones are actually 10. So the breeding and everything that they have here, like these otters would actually live longer than what they would normally live in the wild. So that's really cool. So yeah, I'll make it so you can see them a little bit better now.
Apparently the largest species is the Brazilian river otter, who can actually reach about 2 meters in length, so about as big as me, so quite a frightening thought really, those ones here. The first few rats I'm going to feed them as well are slightly blue in colour, don't be alarmed by that, that's where we've just been rolled into vitamins that are designed for them, it's good for their health. Doesn't taste fantastic, but it's very good for them as well. So these 3 here are called Ralph, Patty and Salma. They're actually 10 years old, and 7 or 8 years old is probably the upper life expectancy for these guys in the wild. In captivity though, they can actually live to up to 12 to 16 years old, and that's due to having no environmental pressures or no predators, so they can live a lot longer as a result. So hopefully we'll have these guys for a number of years yet to come. For this species, they have to eat about 25% of their body weight every single day. That's just to maintain themselves at the weight they're at now. So they can certainly get through a lot of food. One meal for these 3 consists of either 3 rats, 3 chicks, 5 mice, 10 crayfish, a whole trout, or a whole quail, and that's each 3 times a day. So these guys can really put it away. 25% of their body weight every day coincidentally works out as about 25% of the aquarium's entire food budget goes right here on these 3 otters. So they can certainly put it away, which for those of us who have to clean up after them does unfortunately mean that an awful lot comes out the other end as well. However, that's not responsible for their rather distinctive smell. As you may have noticed when you came up to the enclosure today, these guys do stink. They do pong a little bit, and it's not because we don't clean them out each morning, which we do. It's not even because they poo an awful lot, which they do. It's actually because they're part of the mustelid family, or the weasel family. So that includes otters, weasels, stoats, badgers, ferrets, polecats, mink. All these animals have to mark their scent on things in order to claim their territory and get their bearings in the wild. So for that reason, it's extremely important that we don't actually scrub the entire enclosure each morning. If we did, they'd get very stressed and disorientated and may actually think they're in a totally different location. They're that heavily dependent on scent marking in their enclosure and with each other as well. We can't take one of them out of the enclosure for more than a day. Otherwise, they may get so many foreign smells on them, they may not recognize their own siblings. So they either have to all go to the vet together, or it means that they have to be gone for no more than 24 hours, both of which are pretty complicated. Yeah. So I'll head into the enclosure now. I won't take too much more of your time, and I'll start feeding these guys for you. I'll tell you a little bit more about how I'm feeding them and why I'm feeding them in the way I'm doing it once I'm in there as well, and I'll be able to answer any questions you guys have got afterwards, alright? Cheers, thanks a lot, have a good time. So now notice as I start feeding these guys, I give them a little fist bump on the nose before giving them a piece of food. That's actually part of the otter's training. It's really, really important for these guys for a number of reasons I'll explain now. Now, they've originally been trained using a little red clicking device that we hold in our hands called a target. And we target train these guys to respond to that clicking sound and to associate it with good behaviour and thus receiving a piece of food that way. So obviously if they're biting on my feet or otherwise been a nuisance to one another, I'd move away and redo the action so as to reinforce the positive behaviour that way. Now obviously that's not a very natural feeding habit for these guys. And the goal of any good aquarium is to really try and recreate as natural a feeding habit and as natural a habitat for animals as possible in a way that benefits them and helps us. So bearing that in mind, it may seem kind of unusual or even circusy almost, getting them to do what looks effectively like a trick before receiving their food. But it's really important to note that it's not done as a trick. It's not actually done for entertainment purposes at all. It serves a number of useful functions, none of which are for providing like something fun to look at. The main one is portion control. As you can see, I can actually hand feed them in this way. I know exactly how much each individual otter has eaten, rather than simply dumping the food in the middle of the enclosure and hoping they're eating fairly, when in reality the largest or most dominant or indeed the hungriest otter will probably be getting all or most of the food themselves. It also means that I can check their health, as you saw a moment ago, and hit them with their hind legs. I can make sure they've got any cuts or marks underneath them, make sure their fur is nice and healthy, which gets increasingly important for them. We actually proved it to be really important recently as we actually discovered a lump on the chest of one of our otters, Selma. She had a very simple, quick surgery and had that removed, but we otherwise might not have discovered that if they weren't trained in this way. So it shows how important it is for their health and for our ease of animal management as well. Also means that we do a little bit of agility with them as well, which I'll demonstrate in a moment, and get to move up and down the various wooden structures that you see in the enclosure, which gets increasingly important as they get older as well. Make sure their joints are okay, make sure they're moving around all right, nice and sprightly. And also as well, we need to make sure that they haven't got any limps or cuts on it. Ralph, bless him, does suffer a little bit from arthritis now in his old age, so we do like to make sure he's getting around the enclosure okay, not limping or anything or hobbling around too much.
So I apologise if any of you guys are squeamish at all. So obviously they have just been fed rats, which is obviously it was quite gross, but they do need to have it, and that they have to keep it as real to what it would be in the wild as possible. And so obviously the otters, they would be eating things like rats, so that is what they had to do. So I apologise if any of you are grossed out by that. I know Amy and I were a little bit squeamish with it, so I apologise to any of you guys, but I hope you guys understand and can sort of see the benefits of them having that. Thank you. So I am now going through a tunnel and we've got an Amy Lee behind us. We were both trying to do it, so we're saying it at the same time. Oh, go past.
Traffic jam.
But look, they are all around us, so they are above our heads, around us. Hold your breath, Amy. So I think jellyfish are actually one of my favourite things that you can get at an aquarium. I think they're so hypnotic, and I just think they're so bizarre. Like, how do they survive life? Like, yeah, they're just balls of jelly, and they just float around. Like, I just find it so bizarre that they're sort of like, and some of them are so dangerous as well. And like, I just don't get how they just live in the sea, and they're just sort of. another thing I should probably tell you, I've actually been stung by jellyfish before. So there was one time in Ireland, I think it was, I knelt on a jellyfish that was on the shore and I got really badly stung. And then another time we were on like a kind of inflatable thing, and it was Stampy, my sister and I, and we were on like this thing getting pulled around by boats, and there was seriously the biggest jellyfish like just underneath us, and instead of being excited like yeah we're on a fun thing, it was genuinely so scary. We were just like no, I don't want to fall in, there's so many jellyfish. So yeah, they're little stories for you guys. So these guys are really, really cool. I can't pronounce the name, it's like Exonopus, but what's really cool about them is they're genetically similar to humans, and on top of that they have successfully been cloned, which is completely crazy. And they have actually, like I'll read what it says here, and it were once used in pregnancy testing and have been sent to space as well. So these guys are so cool. So I'll cut to them now. So I don't want to be a party pooper and ruin yet another film. I found Dory. She's already here. Don't bother with the film. Oh my gosh, I have found lapis lazuli. Look at that. Get out of town.
I tried to move my dolphin.
So we are soaring back through where we have already been, because in just a few minutes they will be feeding the sharks. So we're really, really excited to see them. I'm so scared I'm gonna walk into stuff.
Fishies.
Boop, 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 boop,
Fishies.
boop, boop. Another really cool thing that I'm thrilled about is I got a new mood ring. I don't know what this mood means at the moment. We'll have a look. So now I'll know what mood I'm in without even having to think about it, which is always a treat. So, a question for you guys in the comments. What is a seahorse's favorite food? A, shrimp. B, seaweed. C, grass. Or D, lobsters. So let me know in the comments which one you think it is. So it's almost shark feeding time and we are ready.
I will be doing this talk, and my colleague Jack, who's on the ladder, will be feeding them. So I will first show you what we'll be feeding them. So it's a combination of small fish called sprat and some mackerel and whiting. You see it? Yeah. So we have some small, this is a sprat, this is the mackerel, this is the whiting. So obviously as you get deeper into the ocean, a lot less light is absorbed. So as you get deeper, at about 200 meters, there's no more light. So right, well the sharks in this tank are reef sharks. There's no natural light underneath the water. Not so after about 200 meters, you enter something called the twilight zone. And that is where there is still a little bit of light, but hardly any at all. And that is when fish are adapted to have this sort of bioluminescence. So if you carry on round, you have some flashlight fish, and they use bioluminescent bacteria to light themselves up so they can see. The sharks in this tank, they will be in areas where there is light. They'll be in probably around the sharks in this tank. I mean, Rodney, Hillary, zebra shark, tend to be in around 50 meters of water. So there's definitely still light there.
Amy, I think I found a dinosaur.
Have you?
Where? He's at the back.
Look at that.
He's coming
beast.
back. Look at that. It's a dinosaur. Look at him come.
He's a proper dinosaur.
Oh. Is that Minnie Mooka?
Wow.
So guys, what we have here is something really, really rare. This is the yellow triangle fish, just here. Like, I'm gonna try and like not scare it. As you can see, it can survive out of water as well as in. It is quite vicious, so I have got my shark with me just in case it attacks. I don't believe they're poisonous. I couldn't see any information on that, but I have heard of stories of them taking off arms. So be really careful if you ever come across one of these. We have finished in the aquarium and we have found the fair. So we are about to go on a ride. Amy, how are you feeling?
I don't like rides. I'm really nervous on rides.
Amy's a little. Hi Gianni, you okay? She's my friend. That's my sister's boyfriend. How weird's that? But yeah, so we're about to go on a ride now, and it's called Wistar. So we'll see you on there in a second. So excited.
I'm so scared.
Are you intrigued? I think we're the only people on the ride as well. Have the music as well.
It's gonna be fun.
You gonna have your hands in the air?
No. I'm like this, I like grip on video life.
Hold on so tight.
scared.
We're so scared.
I get anxiety on
I'm
rides.
scared I'm gonna throw my phone. Like,
I'm scared I'm
whoa!
gonna throw up.
Yeah, please don't throw up on camera, please. Don't, because the problem is, if Amy is sick,
She'll be sick.
I'll be sick,
And then I'll be sick
and so
again.
then that'll make her sick again, and so it'll be a vicious circle of us being sick. So let's hope for all of us we are.
baby!
Here we go. Hold on tight. Hands in the air.
I can't do that yet.
Hands
Hold
in
that
the
phone.
air.
Here we go, it's time to slide into. And hold on to here.
to stand up. I don't know if I can stand up. Should we ask if we can just like sit here for a while?
That was fun.
Are you glad you did it?
It wasn't that scary. It actually wasn't at all, but it was fun. It's like the adrenaline kicks in. You love
Kicks in. I'm like, look how we're sat, we're like lying down. Like, this isn't how you're meant to sit on the ride. That's sitting up. So, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. This is going to be the end of the vlog from me, so I hope you had an amazing time. We had loads of fun at the aquarium, and we'll see you all soon. Bye!
That sold it.